Hey y'all! Mike and I are back along with Amy. You can hear Mike in the background. He's our audience. We have an audience for today. The store is open, so it's possible that I have to get up. Today we are going to talk about blue blacks. Blue blacks are a popular ink choice, and Amy and I talk a lot about ink. Like, we really do.
We do.
Oh, every day. And when you're not at work, we're texting about it. So we couldn't decide which ones to talk about today. So we kind of lined them up, and we'll go over a few of the inks that we enjoyed and didn't enjoy as far as blue blacks go. With the number of inks that we have, what she did for us was just do things that were named blue black. So in this discussion, there's no midnight from diming. There's nothing being discussed except inks that are actually named blue black. And there were still 16 or 17 of those, because we have some we didn't put in here.
14. Yeah, 16.
So there was 16 inks.
17 because we were out of one I couldn't do.
That's right.
It was 17.
So 17 inks just named blue blacks. So we're trying to break things up and go through the inks in categories. And blue blacks are a common ink that we get questions about. And so we will start with, how about the European blue blacks?
Okay.
What's your favorite?
Well, out of the European blue blacks, Aurora.
Okay.
Without a doubt. I love the Aurora.
It's a really good blue black, and
Mhm.
it's what a blue black should be.
I mean, I like them all. They're all beautiful colors because I love the gray toned blues.
And you are drawn to the wetter inks usually?
Mm-hmm.
The Pelican and the Monteverde are a little more dry, aren't they? They have some shading. Pelican has some shading.
Yeah, they're great colors, but they're a lighter, more what I would consider gray rather than like a real blue black. But I love the Aurora blue black.
And the Lamy has some nice shading going on.
Mm-hmm.
As far as price points go, the Lamy is a good choice because it's the $11 price point versus, Aurora is like $17. So that makes a difference. But the colors are really great.
Yep.
We like them all.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Kwc Poster and Diming. So I like them all. Because I like that saturated blue black.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could pick, but maybe Diming.
I really like that diamine.
It's got just a smidge of sheen to it, isn't it?
It's a really vibrant, really blue black,
Right.
rather than a black blue.
It's almost got some
nice.
teal. Don't
I
you
was
think?
going to say teal.
Yeah.
And then I hesitated.
Like almost the color of your shirt.
Oh, yeah, it kind of is, yeah.
Which is probably what I'm drawn to in it. That just
Mm-hmm.
not really a ton of green in it, but something in there. And of course, Robert Oster. I mean, it's a good blue
And
black.
I love it, too.
And it writes in that extra fine nib, there's some shading. But in the fine, medium, and broad, mostly it looks saturated. It did have a little bit longer dry time, though.
It did. Mm-hmm.
And this is all done with Tomoe. So, and your swatches, which we just discussed before, were all done with the,
Coloring.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, these are pretty similar, actually. But
Out of the three, Kwc, Oster, and Diamine, I believe the Diamine dried the quickest out of those three.
yeah, it did.
And an extra fine nib that's also the lightest color out of the three. And an extra fine nib.
And that broad, they're all writing pretty dark.
Mhm.
They all three write very similar in a broad nib, I think. Don't you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But again, I like all three of those.
So the Diming took only between 5 and 15 seconds to dry. And the Robert Oster took it was 30 seconds for sure. And then the KWZ, it took about 15 seconds because it was still smearing at the 15, but not at the 30.
Yep.
So I like that. Do you like, so when we compare the Aurora, Lamy, Pelican, Monteverde, KWZ, and Oster and Diming?
My favorite out of these?
Still Aura.
I really like the Aurora. I really do.
I think right now I'm team Diming, blue black.
I do. But the Oster is such a nice shade.
But if you're
too.
just looking at it as a blue black, this probably has, like you said, a little more blue in it. versus this is more blue-black.
Mm-hmm.
So Aurora has a more true blue-black.
I would put that Diming more in the teal family, really. I'm agreeing.
It's like a dark
I think
teal.
you're right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is probably why I love it so much.
And the Pelican and Montegrappa, they're beautiful shades of blue-black, but to me, they're gray.
But there's a lot of people that are in that gray.
And I love it. I love
that leans gray.
too.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this Noodlers. Monteverde and Nooglers. They are really different from one another, but still rich and saturated, both of them.
The Nooglers is the darkest
Yes.
blue-black out of all of them.
Yeah, of every blue-black we have.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the
truly named
darkest.
blue-black. Yes. It's really dark.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's smeared on you.
Yeah.
So the Monteverde is still what I call more of a true blue-black. It's more similar. Look.
It's very similar to the Aurora. Mm-hmm.
There's definitely more blue in the Aurora, but when they write very similar.
I really like how the Monteverde shades.
And the video will have a close-up for everyone. But Monteverde versus Noodlers, I think Noodlers dries a little slower than the Monteverde, and the Monteverde is more of a true, what we consider blue-black. And that is definitely subject to personal taste, and not everybody sees the same way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can see color as well as we can. Okay, Japanese blue-blacks. All still on Tomoe River, by the way. The Pilot blue-black is really strongly blue. I don't even know. I mean, they call it blue-black, but to me, it's got so much blue in it.
I agree. And also the Platinum, to me, is very blue.
Compared to the rest of these blues,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, especially when you did the artwork. In the artwork, you can definitely see the blue showing up strongly.
So out of all of the blue-blacks, out of the 17 true blue-blacks, the Pilot and the Platinum, which are both Japanese, are the lightest.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But the Sailor is
The
dark.
Sailors, I love the Sailor blue-black.
It's definitely different. Than
It's similar to the Monteverde and the Aurora, I feel like.
Yeah. And when you write with it, it has a little more blue in it, in that nib. I think. There's definitely more blue in it. But it is much darker than the other two. And you know what? I'm actually a Schaefer blue-black fan.
I know, it is nice. I like it too.
So, we're both, I like the cross blue-black, but there's something, maybe it's because I'm drawn to something with a little bit of teal, but this one is, to me, a good blue-black. It's a little bit lighter than the Monteverde and the Aurora, but it's still definitely a blue-black. It was a slow drying ink, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that too, because
I've never found it to be a slow drying ink, but we were using, as in you. You with your talented self and me just discussing it.
So I don't know if that was a glitch in how I did that. You know, I'm not sure, but I don't suspect that if I did it again, it would take that
eventually
long
we'll
to
try
dry.
it again.
So yeah,
I can try it without art and just do it. But that cross blue-black is also really nice. And it's very blue leaning, but then when you wrote with it in the nib, it comes out to a really nice blue-black, if you think.
I love it. Yeah.
So these are both good choices and yet completely different. And it's the oldies but goodies, you know. So Cross has been a standby forever and ever. And then Schaefer, you can never go wrong with Schaefer ink. And the turquoise, you know, I like turquoise, but the turquoise in it is really great. And the red Schaefer color is a really good red too, which I know that you're moving on to the reds.
I am.
And we had a video about the reds already, but anyway, so what's your pick out of all these?
Oh, it's so hard. I mean, I think I'm going to stick with my Aurora.
Okay. We were out of Waterman. That's what we were out of.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're, yeah. I couldn't remember when we first started
I'm
doing the
looking at
video.
this list.
Yeah.
I can
Hold
never
on.
do it now. But because Waterman and Parker right here.
Yeah.
So,
So the Aurora, the Sailor, and the Monteverde
are your
Are going to be my 3 favorite
for the blue
blacks. Yeah.
And I'm going Diming blue black and probably Aurora, but I'm really liking the Schaefer. I just hate that it took so long to dry. So if I looked at just the color and I was thinking somebody, because sometimes people come in and you know how they want a blue black that leans gray or a blue black that leans blue, or there's so many like intricacies involved. But if they want one that leans teal, then I definitely would go with the Diming blue black. And I don't disagree with you about the fact that maybe it should be in the teal family, but it's named blue black, and the way it writes these write very similar colors. So the Robert Oster isn't bad either. Actually, KWZ, Oster, and Diming blue blacks are all very similar. Unless you smear them, you really don't see a huge difference in the writing. So, anyway. But if you want a gray leaning, then you definitely need a Monte Grappa or a Pelican, because those lean heavy gray in the blue-black family, I think.
Definitely.
Those are the biggest gray leaning.
They're great. I love both of them for gray.
And if you want something that leans heavy blue in the blue-black, you would go with the Platinum. And that's Platinum mixable versus the Carbon Black. And the Carbon blue black is not in this. I don't know if it's called blue black. I'm having a forgetful moment. But anyway, if you want something blue leaning, you go with the Pilot blue black or the Platinum blue black. Those are both strong blue leaning, I think.
Definitely.
And even the Cross is pretty strong leaning blue, but it's darker. So
that Cross really has nice shading.
Yeah. Yes, it does. And you can definitely see the blue in it when you smear it, but it's a good dark color. And the Cross bottles are kind of nice too, so I like, there's not a...
It's extremely accurate.
It's because you're so talented. The Nooglers is accurate too.
Yeah, very. Proportionally, yes.
Okay. This is from the artistic perspective. A separate review of her art will take place as we make fun of her one evening.
Don't judge me on my...
Oh, are you kidding? I think
sketch.
if we had me do it, then you are amazing.
I'm not a drawer, so...
You are a drawer. And you have gorgeous handwriting.
Thank you.
If you have any questions for us, email us at VANNESSONLINE, that's VanessaOnline@gmail.com. We'll be glad to help you with your blue-black questions, your red questions, or even your purple questions. We get asked a lot of ink questions by email, and we enjoy thoroughly analyzing it to death before we respond to you. That's the truth. We analyze it with 3 or 4 people. If you are enjoying our videos, let us know. Give us some feedback. And if you have a favorite blue-black, let us know, because we'd like to hear from you if you have another choice. We will discuss things that are in the blue-black family but not named blue-black at a later date, because we want to kind of mix it up. She's going to get tired of doing blue-blacks for the next year. So we're changing things up every now and then. You can follow us through Instagram as Just Vanessa. You can follow us on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us at our website at vanessa1938.com. And you can follow Amy and her amazing artwork at About That Ink. I got it right.
About That Ink.
On Instagram, she's About That Ink. She has some amazing handwriting, and I know you guys would enjoy watching her as she adventures into classes. She teaches classes here locally. So I feel like I forgot something. Follow us, email us, ask us questions. Comment below. And anyway, we can't wait to hear from you guys, and continue to follow us on our adventures of ink, and I don't even know what it is. It's just an inky adventure. We just have so many, we have to analyze them over and over and over.
Yep.
Because we forget.
And we love it.
Yeah, we really do. So, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.